Bigby, I believe you're blocking the doorway there. If I could just squeeze through.
Hello, this is Adam at NowGamer.
And this is Paul.
And this is The Wolf Among Us, Episode 3. The Crooked Mile, that's the one. Now, I haven't played any of these, but Paul has. And he's going to tell us whether it's good or not.
It was very good. The second episode was a little bit of a disappointment after the first one. It was still good, but it wasn't as strong, so there were some concerns there. But this one is much better. And there's a greater pace to this one, a greater sense of urgency. They're kind of ramping up the threat that you're under. And that lends a bit more kind of importance to the decisions you're making. And they kind of try and act like you're under time pressure, even though you're really not. But you're kind of happy to buy into it because the story's well told. So it's good in that respect.
So, there were some technical issues with the last one. Is that any better this time around? Have they improved on that front?
It is much better. Yeah, the last episode had some stuttering in it, classic stuff that you get in Telltale games, and like audio coming in at odd moments, which detracted from the game in terms of how it looked. Kind of took you out of the story sometimes with some of the interactions with the characters. But somehow, for whatever reason, they seem to have completely fixed that. At least this is a PC version I've been playing. I don't know how it's going to be on the consoles, but there were no technical issues this time around, so that was really good.
What I've noticed is you don't hear a lot of people talking about this, but you do hear them getting excited about the next Walking Dead. Is there a reason for that? Is this something that this rectifies, or?
I don't think it's your choices that you make have quite as much effect on you as they do in The Walking Dead. Like in The Walking Dead, I remember kind of thinking about them for quite a long time after I'd finished playing the game, whereas in this they don't seem to have as longer lasting effect. I don't think that's to say that this is a massively inferior game in any way. It's just for whatever reason your choices don't have as much impact. Maybe it's because it's kind of a more outlandish and fantasy based game, whereas The Walking Dead had zombies in it, but you know what I mean, it's more kind of grounded. This has got werewolves and stuff in it, and also I think this lends itself a bit more to kind of role playing, because the way the character's meant to be kind of a bit of a bad guy as well as a good guy, so you kind of don't feel so bad if you want to take that more aggressive option.
Talking a little bit more about the third episode then, what is it that makes this one good? Obviously we don't want spoilers or anything like that, but what stands out the most?
Well, they've brought back a bit more of the sort of detective investigative aspects that they had in the first episode that was absent from episode 2. I mean, it's not particularly deep, but that is just kind of a cool thing to make you feel like you're kind of hot on the heels of this guy that you're trying to find.
Yeah.
And there's this overall mystery that they've been sort of teasing throughout that you don't really know what's going on, so there's just something very satisfying about gradually sort of peeling these layers away. The style of it is something that I really like, that's been there for all the episodes, just the kind of bold style and the darkness of the world. It looks really nice, as you can see, so it's kind of maintained everything that's been good about the series up until now, and it's missing the bad points that were from episode 2. As I say, it's a bit more tense, a bit more threat there, so yeah, it's a really good episode, and it's made me look forward to the next one. So
enough to convince people to get involved if they haven't already been?
If they haven't got involved, I would definitely say it's turning out to be a really good series, so I'd definitely recommend it.
There we go.